All right, so we're gonna be going over this thing today now that we got the black truck out of the way, out of the shop. Just waiting on some more parts for that. We got new governor springs coming and fix that intercooler pipe, and then she's pretty much good to go. Here's the box truck. I told you guys I'd do a video on this at some point. We're gonna be restoring this. Basically, we just need a transmission, and then this thing's up for sale pretty much. I'm gonna start cleaning this stuff out, and everything that's in here is gonna go in that, because that is the cheapest thing I have, and I'm just gonna use it for storage until the time being, until we start doing away with some other stuff. So I also got to prep this bumper here to go on my truck, so we're gonna use that one. I need to get some stuff in here sold. So there was talk, I was thinking about getting a 4th gen, but I also saw a lot of 2-wheel drive 3rd gens with a 6.7 68 RFE that I was like, okay, you know, that would work too. But then I also saw a lot of mega cabs, and like I said, the budget's about $30,000. Now, how the mega cabs work, what you do is, so here's a frame, right? Now Dodge uses their sections, their frames in like little Legos, see? So if you wanted a short bed, they'd take this section out. If you wanted a long bed, they'd put this, you know, put a different section in, this and that. So you can see right here, they pretty much just stick this piece in and then weld around it. So what guys do is they take the front section of a mega cab, yeah, right here, you can see it. So here's where the section's at. There's also a section there. The mega cab frames, what they'll do is they'll take that back section out, the short bed section off of the mega cab frame, and they'll put in the long bed section. Now I'm not sure, I thought it was longer than this, but this might be the section here that they actually take out, because once you have the mega cab frame, which comes about, you know, this would get mounted back. I'm assuming that this back section on the mega cab frame is shorter, so this is where it comes in. You have the long bed section. I know, piss poor explanation, whatever. Thinking about getting a mega cab long bed, so we're stuck between 2007.5, obviously because it has to be a 6.7, and 2012. Those are the years that I'm searching for. 3rd gens are, they seem to be a pretty good price, and with a 6.7 68 RFE, I feel like that'd be a good combination. But if I can find an ice in 4th gen, I will. Mega cab long bed, I wonder if I could make money with the views off of one of those, but that's not today's topic of discussion. We're gonna get this thing going, get this thing ready. This thing has like 290,000 miles, but box trucks in my area are going for something crazy. So I'd like to get this thing cleaned up, get all the decals off of the side, maybe get the wheels cleaned up, get everything painted, just get it looking pretty. Like I was saying, this thing is a super dependable workhorse. It just finally had a transmission failure. But the mileage, let's go over the mileage here. We have 281,000 miles and a good box. I'm not sure what transmission is in this thing, but it is a 3500. And the inspection just ran out. Cool, so we'll get it inspected as well. So that works for me. I think we just need to do some body work on the other side. You know, the tires were replaced at one point, so we'll get the wheels all nice and clean and just ultimately get this thing going. So I'm gonna start taking stuff over there, like I said. The less important stuff like parts and that I want to put in first, like these little totes here. I want to get rid of these first because I need to just start getting rid of stuff, because I keep a lot of stuff that, yes, I know it comes in handy later, but I don't want to do that. So we're also going to be looking for a toolbox. Once my truck sells and this truck sells, I am going to go get another shop box. So this thing here I really didn't pay much for at all, but it will make nice storage. Like I was saying, it's not perfect. I wish that I could keep this door open, but you guys get the point. So I'm gonna start stacking stuff up. Probably move the mattresses over all to one side. That way I can just take up the bed space and just start putting stuff in here. But it does have a fridge, sink. You can see all like the little damages and stuff. Like, it was lived in like this. So I don't know if we'll restore it or just let it be storage. But I didn't pay much for it, so it's not hurting me to have it. I don't need to register it. I don't need to get it inspected. I don't need to insure it, any of that stuff, because it's just not worth it. I could crush this thing and scrap it out and probably double my money. So let's just start getting shit out of this thing. Probably makes more sense to back this up to that, but I don't know if this has enough gas to go that far, so I'm not gonna risk getting it stuck like halfway down the middle. So let's just get going and see what happens. Alright, looks like it's about to rain, but here's about where we're at. So I'm taking anything that's a tool, sockets, wrenches, anything that's gonna go in a toolbox. We're setting that aside because that's gonna go in my toolbox when I get it. Everything else, like miscellaneous parts, there's a tone ring in here. From my 05. There's motor mounts, stuff like that. So all that stuff is gonna go, you know, that stuff I'm just gonna set aside and throw inside of there, and we're gonna just start trying to sell stuff off. I need everything sold because I'm gonna try and do my best to buy this truck without getting a loan, but we'll see how it goes. So I gotta come up with 30 grand. It's the goal. Sell everything off. Minus crypto. I'm not selling my crypto, I can tell you that. So when I say I saved a bunch of stuff from my other truck, I did. Here's the PCM even. Like, I saved that. All the wire harnesses, everything is labeled. Labeled everything. So if anybody has a use for any of this shit, I'm telling you, look, there's an instrument cluster over there. You know, and everything is in good working order. I mean, there might be some scratches and dings on doors and stuff like that, but make offers, seriously. I need to get this stuff gone. You know, there's a whole dash with a perfect top. All the wiring, everything's in it. Come get that. PCM, motor mounts, tone ring if needed. It's all here. All right, little update on where we are at. I put all the tools in that cooler. So these are screws and stuff. This will go back with me, and then this is all the tools. There's more tools all over the place in here, so I'm just gonna make sure I take all of them. I have Timbren suspension for a 4th gen. So I was gonna try that out at some point, but a lot of you guys said don't do it. It's terrible, so I'll listen to you guys on that one. But here you go. So those 2 bottom barrels in the back are full, and then those 4 are empty. That one's empty, and the one holding my door open is empty. So I'm gonna go grab some lunch, and we'll pick up after lunch here. All right, here's where we're at. So this, and this are all gonna go in the toolbox when we get that. And then these here also as well. So I gotta get all this stuff put back in the side. We just called and got the information about the truck. With that being said, we have a 5.7 V8 with a 4L80E transmission. They quoted it at $3,400 for the transmission with a 3-year warranty and a $900 core. So we're not gonna do that, because if I did that, I would break even on this truck. So I'm gonna try to find a used unit. This is where you guys come in. You guys, let me know if you know anybody with a 4L80E that works, that we can slap in this bad boy. Remember, this is a 300,000 mile thing. So like, there's no point in putting something in it that's worth the truck. It's just not worth it. So at that point, we just need to get it moving and working, get this thing cleaned up, get it inspected, get it reliable. Let me know too, I was checking the fluid. It's a little dark and there's a little bit of a trans leak on the pan. So let me know if these things are savable. I know the Dodge Tran, when I ran it out of fluid before, it decided to work after we filled it back up with fluid, and it worked for years after. This one, just, I don't know, you 4L80E expert guys, let me know, because I'm not a Chevy guy. All right, so we're gonna call it for now. I'm gonna come back here later and start grabbing some of the stuff that's back there with the car. I'm gonna go take this and do the chain maintenance, because I put like 2,300 miles on this thing and only adjusted the chain once. So I'm gonna do a quick alignment on this guy. Get rolling, and like I said, keep your eyes out for a 4L80 for me, guys. And then this, the front half's gonna be the storage area. So I'm gonna probably start gutting out the front half, because screw it, that thing will make a great asset for me while we make money off the box truck. All right, so it's later on in the day. I'm gonna get all the tools that I set aside earlier. I'm gonna put them in the car once she gets here, just waiting on her. I went and got the chain adjusted and cleaned a little earlier. A little bit of slime and lubricant on it, but you know, we're good there. Just waiting on her to pull up so that we can throw all this stuff in the back. Oil cooler should be in sometime this week as well, so we'll be able to work on the black truck, get that ready, start pulling parts off of it. Got rid of the underside stickers, the wheel stickers, working on getting that guy off. And here's the after. Black wheels, no red. Got rid of on this side too. Started here. We'll get that, repaint the tank. Hell yeah. Alright, well, it's raining enough to hurt at 80 mile an hour. Let's put it that way. But not enough, like, it's not bad, but... So we're switching this to GP style shift, which is basically Grand Prix style. So you guys will see the factory location. I had to take this cover off. There's 2 bolts right here, and then this one goes, you know, that's your through bolt. So factory location, there's this little, you see that little dot right there, and then there's a line right there. So in the factory location, you know, that'll line up just like that, which is basically down 1, up 5. Okay, I know I need to replace this clutch lever. I don't know, previous owner must have bent this or whatever, so I'm going to replace this at some point. But you guys will see that. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip that so that it's opposite. One more. See how it's opposite now? You can see the little dot, and then you can see the line. So now it's opposite. So now it's up 1, down 5. So that's your differences right there. I'm gonna get this thing back in here, and then we're gonna also adjust this rod, because you can adjust it. Sorry, we're gonna adjust this rod because you can adjust it. That bolt goes in there as a stop. So you can put it way up. So, like I said, we'll adjust it, and then we shall see how we like it. Now you can also see it says on there, 1 down, 5 up, neutral between 1 and 2. Now, number 6 will be number 1. So, that's the deal. Alright, here's where we're at. So this little tiny notch right there is going to need notched out of this little piece of plastic. So, and to get that in that position, I had to pull the shifter up to push it. So that way it would clear it. So I can see where I need to clear it so you don't got to damage a bunch of stuff. It clears everywhere else, but that's the unfortunate right there. Also, kids running around in the background. So if you hear them, sorry. Alright, so we got it. It clears just fine. Then there's the adjustment on, which I got it in the right spot. I got it where I want it, but there's the adjustment on here. One's a righty-tighty, one's a righty-loosey. So then you can spin this bar. It'll make this go up and down. I bent this back into position. All right, so like I was saying, up 1 is neutral. 2, which I can't, I don't know why this thing doesn't shift without, there, up is in gear, so up is first. This thing doesn't shift when it's off, but, or in idle, I think. I don't know if that's a safety thing or whatnot, but there you go. So now we're GP shifted, completely backwards of what it normally is, like I said. 1 down, 5 up. Now it's 1 up, 5 down. So got these off with the toolkit. Everything in there was enough to do this as well. So curious to see how I like it on the street. If I don't, no harm, no foul, because I can just put it back to normal. It's a free mod. So I'm gonna be ordering the whole kit for these here soon. New bars, new brake levers, new covers. The replacement cap for this, so that'll be metal as well. New oil cap, just a bunch of random bullshit. This video is going to be all over the place, but off-roading a little bit. Oh, yeah. So, went and got these. I got a couple other things on order. I'm kind of like ordering everything slowly, but these are for like a jack or whatnot. They're the right thread pitch, but the threads inside are dirty, so I'm going to try to get those cleaned out real quick. Slap these guys on, and then they'll sit right there just like that. So we can use a jack. Alright, so bad line of sight on it with the vehicle next to it. There you go. This guy right here. So now I can get a jack that allows me to go up underneath of that. So they were cheap. It was like 10 bucks. So I'm like, I'm gonna get them just cause. I'd like to get this cap here too. Stuff like that. Little things here and there I'd like to start replacing before we paint it. Another day. Just got the truck back today, but we're gonna do an air filter. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty nasty. See if we gain any ponies by putting a new one in it. Here's a new one. Pop it in. Throw our front cover back on. 3 screws. Get rid of this old wet, that's gross. And she's installed. You'd never know other than the dirty fingerprints. All right, got her all cleaned up, went through, serviced the chain. Look at that. And cleaned all this up. Still trying to get all this crud off of here. The sprocket's still in pretty decent condition. So all everything's been torqued. I think it was 65 foot-pounds. Got the alignment tool, so the alignment's done properly. Just get her all cleaned up. It's not perfect, has some blemishes here and there. That's a bug. But the guy dropped it for, so I'm gonna get a brake pedal at some point. I have a new oil cap coming, new cap for that. Everything's gonna be black. Waiting to see if we do end up getting a cage or we just get the sliders on the side. Handles should be here today, and then these guys should be here today as well. So got rid of these, and these are just obnoxious because I'm at the point with the clutch cable. I adjusted it properly, but then you look, like that is so far away. But when it's too close, you have to use all 4 fingers, and I don't like to. You're supposed to just be able to shift. So I'm thinking about just getting the one with the 1 finger, but we'll see. I already ordered some, so we'll see if I like them or not. It's nice to use 2 fingers to use the clutch, but or not. It's coming together, all clean. I got the piece that goes under here on order. That should be in at some point, and then can't remember what else I ordered. Probably gonna paint that exhaust in the front black. All right, so you guys will see this. Like, I really don't. To get the thing to start, you have to pull it all the way in. Right there, you'll see the button. So when you're shifting like that, I don't like it too far away, and we'll see how these do. I think
Come on, you get that one and this one in.
So that's gonna go, assuming just like that. Not the biggest fan of it. Well, yeah, we'll do it like that so that they're pretty cheap, but sit there. There's the new clutch. Yeah, so that's already shorter, so hopefully that works out. And then it's adjustable as well, so we can bring it as close as possible. These are a lot better, I think. So it looks like just a little nut on the bottom, and I can pull that out. That'll break that separate. I just need to pull that out in there. No idea what I'm doing, but we'll figure it out. Alright, here you can see the comparison. You know, it's a lot shorter. That's what I wanted. And when you're putting this on, make sure you avoid, there's a little lever in there, you know, for the, what do you call it? The button. It's right there. You gotta avoid that, because if you don't, it's not gonna go on. Lesson learned. Alright, both these old ones are off. You can see that one's already hit the ground before. I like them. Definitely a lot more comfortable. And the adjustable is way better. Especially this clutch. It's not perfect, but a lot better than factory. I wish this was a thing. I saw the shorty levers with just 1 finger, but I wish that I could like cut that off, like right there. That would be pretty sweet. I feel a lot better because I keep busting my knuckle off of it every time I shift. Alright, so I got one off. Biggest pain in the ass ever. They glue it. My hand's all covered in rubber, so between this and this guy here, I was able to get that on. So I'm gonna try figuring out the best way. Well, that kind of sucks. This is supposed to go in that way. Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Well, see if I can make these work. Alright. I found that this one actually goes on the other side, and then this one's actually really tight. So this stretches out too, so I'm going to try when I get to the shop to like pull it all the way out, because my bar ends are different because they're just mirrors. So looks like that should go in just like that. I'll show you what they look like when we're done. Alright, here's the old ones. Didn't realize that the one on this side would be wider, so that's why that didn't fit right. But it's all on, all good, flush. Same thing with this one. Now we just need to put our bar end mirrors on. I want to pull this one out a little bit, maybe stretch it so that it looks a little better, but there you go. All right, there we go. I think they look a lot better. I don't like the logo, but definitely look and feel a lot better. So I'll try them out with the cruise control. It actually was tighter. I had to cut a section out just to get that to fit, but all in all, it works out great. They look way better. At some point I need to find an aftermarket one of these because he bent it a little bit, so I'll get that replaced, and at some point get all that painted. So I cleaned it today. It's hard to tell, but well, we'll wait for the rest of the stuff to come for the next one. So if you guys enjoyed, go check out Mudflap, link in the description. I'm gonna enjoy these new handles. Adjusted exactly where I want on this one's 3 and that one is 6, so I don't have to worry about smacking my poor knuckles because my ring finger's been getting pounded by this lever. So let you know how they are in the next video.